Hello, I'm Jennifer Lee.
And I'm Josh Filomeno. Coming up on Temple Update, 2 students share their insight on a crisis that hit close to home and how they are relieved to know it's over.
Temple students travel to the state capitol to attend a rally against possible tuition increases. We'll tell you what message they were trying to send to Pennsylvania.
And in sports, Rudy Mezzi tells us about another reason why Temple head coaches Steve Adazio and Fran Dunphy are so recognizable.
All that and much more coming up on Temple Update.
Coming up on Temple Update, I'll tell you what the men's basketball coach and the football coach have in common.
Even though Valentine's Day is over, there's still big love on Temple's campus.
Hello and welcome to this semester's first edition of Temple Update. I'm Josh Filomeno.
And I'm Jennifer Lee. We begin Temple Update with news on 2 Temple students whose family members witnessed firsthand the crisis in Egypt. The conflict in Egypt over the past month has caught the eye of many people, but for 2 students on campus, the crisis has really hit home. Update's Liza George has the story.
Temple freshman student Sharif El-Nagar has grandparents living through the revolution in Egypt. The protests in Cairo were taking place just 20 minutes from their home.
We were very worried about our grandparents over there and other relatives that because of all the protesting and everything and the violence that was going on. But now since Mubarak stepped down, it's a lot better. People are starting to go out of the square and everything, so we're a lot more relieved about what's going on.
They're extremely happy about him finally stepping down. He's been in power for so long, close to 3 decades now, and he's run the country into the ground. So him coming out of power will bring a better change for the country.
The current crisis in Egypt is affecting people all over the world. Here on Temple's campus, Egyptian Americans and others who are concerned about the country got a chance to express their opinion about the rising conflict. Professor Grand of the History Department held a forum on Egypt in Anderson Hall. Temple student Andrew Small attended the forum and has strong feelings about restoring Egypt to civil order.
I think it's an inspiring change. I think it's a good thing that people are kind of seizing their government and demanding things from them. I think it's a kind of just a result of a democratic process that's kind of coming through.
It's a lot better than it was, and I have my grandparents over there. I've talked to them, and they said it's gotten much better than how it's been. So right now it's only rich and low class. So we're hoping we can get that middle class like we do in the United States.
Reporting for Temple Update, I'm Liza George.
A former Temple law student was found not guilty for shooting a Villanova grad last January. Gerald Ung shot Eddie D. Donato Jr. 6 times outside the Fox 29 studios following a 2:30 a.m. altercation. Ung had been charged with attempted murder, aggravated assault, and possession of an instrument of crime. During the trial, Ung said he reacted in self-defense. The non-guilty verdict came after nearly 5 hours of jury deliberation. Temple students boarded buses to have their voices heard in the state capitol. On February 15th, Temple student government organized the trip to Harrisburg to the Rally for Higher Education. The students gathered to urge the state government to continue to fund public universities. TSG Senate President Colin Sultry says there is no replacement for the funding Temple gets from Pennsylvania.
The money that we get from the state in terms of state appropriations is vitally important to our education, and that there's no better investment that can be made than higher education funding.
More than 300 Temple students were registered for the demonstration.
The Temple is being urged to pitch in for the annual recycling competition, Recyclemania. The contest runs from February 6th to April 2nd and has more than 630 students participating nationwide. Rankings are determined by weight of recyclables collected and highest recycling rate. Last year, Temple's earned the Atlantic 10 Gorilla title for collecting more than 400,000 pounds of recyclable material. And Temple's Office of Sustainability is sponsoring several events on campus to improve from last year's results. The list includes a recycling-themed video competition, and students interested can upload their videos between February 2nd to the 20th. A paper purge drive, which is the office's name for a shredding event, that takes place throughout spring break. And finally, a Greek recycling fair and resident hall competition are being held on March 23rd. After providing leadership of a 3-year renovation of Temple's Performing Arts Center, Director Charles Henry Bethea is leaving his post. Bethea oversaw the $30 million renovation of the venue formerly known as the Baptist Temple. The faculty will now be run by Associate Vice President of Business Services, Richard Rumer. Bethea will stay at Temple's throughout March to help with the transition.
Committed to helping community members prepare for and find opportunities in the workforce. Last week, the university hosted employment representatives from Central Parking System to help connect them with North Philadelphia's and Temple students. The mini job fair was held in the Entertainment and Community Education Center. More than 60 job seekers turned out to pursue positions with Central Parking.
The Management Information Systems Department of the Fox School of Business is #1 in the world for 2010. According to a ranking published by the Association for Information Systems, Temple ranked first in research output. The group also ranked several Fox School MIS professors among the best in their field.
After a string of recent crime on and around main campus, university officials enacted new policies to ensure the safety of Temple students and faculty. Updates Cherry Gregg has more.
The burglar was actually caught in our backyard. He didn't actually make it into the house.
This Temple student says someone tried to break into her apartment located just a few blocks from Temple's main campus.
My roommate thought that it was animals, but then when he started going from window to window breaking our screens and we actually figured out what he was doing.
She says she used to feel safe both on and off campus. Now she's not so sure.
But Amanda is not the only one. According to university crime statistics, there have been a number of crimes against Temple students while they are on or near main campus. And what's worse, some of the crimes have been violent.
Last December alone, there were at least 4 separate armed robberies near campus. This spike in criminal activity, along with an increase in the number of students moving off campus, has caused campus security to take action. The university will add 12 new officers to Temple's police force. They have already increased the number of security guards patrolling campus, and they say it's working.
Over the past month and a half, we've seen a decrease in our crime, the university crime, and we've also seen a decrease in the district that is around Temple University on that north and west area.
So I've been seeing the security guards even where we live, because we live together, walking up and down the streets.
Campus safety officials say students can expect to see foot patrols at the edge of campus, as well as Temple officers on bikes and in patrol cars. Students say they are happy about the changes, but need more time to see results.
Too soon to tell, really.
Amanda says she's happy Temple police were there when she needed them most.
And it's all thanks to literally 5 cop cars pulling up 5 minutes.
The university is also partnering with Philadelphia Police to provide additional off-campus security. For Temple Update, I'm Cherry Gregg.
It was a chance to learn the difference between your salad fork and your soup spoon. The Fox School of Business hosted its annual etiquette dinner in Minton Hall on February 16th. Students got the opportunity to dress in business professional attire and learn about dining styles and the types of professional conduct at the dinner table. $15 got the participants at a 3-course meal and all the good manners they could eat. The Russell Conwell Center held a leadership expo on February 15th from 12 to 2:30 in the Student Center. The expo gave Temple students the opportunity to network with RCC and student leaders. The RCC is a service center that helps students by tutoring and organizing study groups. The RCC is another one of many resources available for Temple students.
Temple University has partnered with ULoop to bring the student-powered marketplace to campus. ULoop is a website where you can buy and sell textbooks. You can also find roommates, housing, and apartments, along with full-time and part-time jobs and internships. ULoop connects thousands of students at more than 1,500 colleges and universities around the country. The Students' Center atrium was filled with love for Valentine's Day. Organizations like the Society of Professional Journalists, Kappa Sigma, and others held different types of fundraisers to celebrate the February holiday. Among the gifts available for purchase were teddy bears, lollipops, and roses.
Still to come on Temple Update, Jillian Marshall explains how Temple University is working to help smokers not light up.
And Temple Theater Department shows some love for the Philadelphia community.
Don't go away, there's still much more to come on Temple Update.
We'll be right back.
And now with this week's health report is Jillian Marshall. Jill, tell us about Temple School of Medicine's new director.
Well, Jen, she comes to Temple with a lot of experience. The Temple School of Medicine has a new executive director for the Center for Minority Health and Disparities. Maria Davis Bellamy will now oversee public health programs to help reduce violent crimes and improve patient health. Prior to joining the staff, Bellamy was the former chief of staff of the Pennsylvania Health Department and the director of community affairs at the University of Pennsylvania. Temple University has started a program to help the unemployed kick a nasty habit. Temple experts will teach people who are out of work how to deal with stress and financial pressures without relying on smoking cigarettes. The program will also offer group counseling, and participants will receive free nicotine patches or gum through the Smoke-Free Philly campaign. 68 Temple doctors have been named to the 2011 Best Doctors in America by Best Doctors Incorporated. They were selected through a review process from their peers based on state-of-the-art care and expertise. The departments the doctors were selected from included psychiatry, nuclear medicine, and family medicine. The list of the best doctors is compiled every 2 years. The food you may eat may cause harm to your body in the future. A study by the University of Leicester discovered college students were choosing faster meal options than healthy ones. The study also showed men were twice as likely to eat fast food more than women. Researchers have warned students to change their eating habits or they will suffer serious health issues later on in life. You know, that's so true, guys. It's so easy to grab a slice of pizza in between classes.
I completely agree. I'm going to stick to salads from now on.
Not me. I'm sticking to the good stuff. Thanks, Jill. The Pennsylvania Convention Center hosted an event that many Philadelphians look forward to each winter. Updates Danielle Grossman has more.
They're shiny, sleek, fast, and furious. Who wouldn't want to get behind the steering wheel of one of these?
That everybody can see it under one roof, 700 cars and 550,000 square feet.
Being one of the largest in the country, the Philadelphia Auto Show had one of its most successful shows to date this February.
It rocked. We were up 25%.
The Philadelphia Auto Show gives people from all over the chance to experience and see things they might not be able to in their everyday lives.
Some people, this is one of the few times they come downtown.
Custom cars, especially the trucks, they're more my size.
Whether it be an SUV, an exotic car, a classic, or even just a standard model, there's always something for everyone that comes to the show. Pascal Phaeton knows what's really up her alley, but might not be financially feasible.
I see how they have the nicer cars in the front and the reality check in the back.
The auto show is not just an appealing showcase of new and classic vehicles, but it gives back to Philadelphia in many ways.
We've delivered about 60,000 brand new coats to youngsters around the Delaware Valley over the last 3 years.
I've been supporting CHOP since 1986, so throughout that time period we donated over $4.3 million to the hospital.
If you didn't get a chance to come out this season, don't miss it next year. Reporting for Temple Update, I'm Danielle Grossman.